What the heck, bro? You're supposed to be the vet on the team. You're
We're a
the guy
veteran
with
point
the
guard, by the way.
experience, and you made tons of mistakes. Tons of mistakes. You didn't shoot well. You had very crucial, awful turnovers and horrible times. And then, not dribbling the clock out with 12 seconds left and going up for a shot and then getting stuffed is crazy, bro. You should be ashamed.
I'm not gonna lie, the
You're
kid in
better than
boozer
that.
PTSD started kicking back in when that happened.
I
I
don't
was
know.
like, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the KNC Sports Podcast. We're your hosts, Caden and Cooper, bringing you back with a long-awaited episode. So, we've been kind of on the brink. We've both been very busy with heavy schedules, so we do apologize for the long absence of breaks. We know that the NBA Finals just ended, but that's what we're here to cover. So we're going to get into the finals. As we know, the New York Knicks have won, and then we'll get into some NFL stuff that we get to catch up on. And then we got some big news coming out of Texas Tech, which I know this guy is a big fan of, so we'll cover that. But Caden, start spreading the news, buddy. The New York Knicks are NBA champions for the first time in 53 years. How do we feel about the Knicks?
Disappointed to say the least because I wanted the Spurs to win it. I was hoping they could. But the Knicks earned it. They deserve it. They're a good team. They're a great team. They have a ton of great, talented players. So they rightfully so deserve to be there. And, it keeps the streak of since 2019, a new team has won it every single year. We haven't had a repeat winner. So I'm okay with that, too. And like you said, it's been 53 years since they won. It's a long time coming. My only thing with them is the city of New York is a bunch of horrible, horrible people setting cars on fire and beating up Spurs fans and just tons of other stuff is ridiculous and unacceptable. Knicks fans, you should be ashamed of yourselves. It's embarrassing. There's no reason you should be acting like that. It's embarrassing.
When they were ganging up on Spurs fans after they lost Game 3, I'm like, dude, this is your first loss in like 2 rounds. Like, you can calm down. Like, it's only 2-1. Yeah, the memes and everything, people weren't kidding. Like, when New York won, they won. Like, people were going freaking rowdy. Like, the city, one of my friends who's in New York right now on a trip literally said it's Gotham City. Like, and they weren't kidding.
Basically. I saw Batman pulled
So
up at some point.
yeah, no, freaking crime in Gotham City is just at an all-time high this week. And then the parade still got to happen, so that's
Yeah,
gonna be even
that's
worse.
gonna be awesome.
But so the San Antonio Spurs come into this as a very young team. They just came off of a grueling 7-game series against the OKC Thunder. Last time we talked, we were in that series. I think Game 1 had just happened. No, we were 2 games in. Yeah, but so, as we know, the Spurs blew not 1, not 2, but 3 15-plus point leads and ended
No,
up
they had a
losing.
double-digit point lead in every single game, and they blew it in every single game. Even the game they won, they had a double-digit point lead and lost it, and then they came back and still won it.
Yeah, I guess I was just covering the ones that they had lost, but especially the 29-point comeback loss, which was absolutely terrible. The one thing that I would say is, I did say, the one thing that worried me about the Spurs was the inexperience. And I think finally, when it got to the finals, it caught up to them big time, because blowing, especially that many leads too many times,
It's also a coaching problem, I will say.
Yeah.
And that was questions I had coming in, like we've mentioned before. Is Mitch Johnson good enough to coach his team to a finals? And clearly he wasn't now. Also, the elephant in the room, De'Aaron Fox. What the heck, bro? You're supposed to be the vet on the team. You're the guy with the experience. And you made tons of mistakes. Tons of mistakes. You didn't shoot well. You had very crucial, awful turnovers and horrible times. And then, not dribbling the clock out with 12 seconds left and going up for a shot and then getting stuffed is crazy, bro. You should be ashamed.
I'm not gonna lie, the
You're
kid and
better than
boozer
that.
PTSD started kicking back in when that happened.
I
I
don't
was like,
know.
yeah, and it's like you said, veteran point guard. A veteran point guard would have just dribbled that ball out, taken the foul, gone up by 3, and if they miss the 3, they miss it, and you go. The series would have been 2-2. Like we could be having a game
It's a
6 tomorrow, but
different
we're not.
series when it's tied 2-2 than you are down 3-1.
Yeah, exactly, and since they were down 3-1, it was the whole maybe they could pull LeBron James, but they did. Like here's the thing. It's not coming close to that Cavs team of what they did in 2016. It's just I don't think that could happen again for a long time, unless a team that good can be as good as what LeBron's squad was in 2016 with K-Love, Kyrie, and that roster. I don't think somebody comes close to that.
Yeah, but I do think if Wemby would have pulled that off, he's already in the conversation of GOAT status.
Oh, absolutely, 3-1. You just came down after blowing 29-point lead.
I don't know about
Multiple
GOAT
leads
status,
too.
but I definitely think by the time Wemby's career is over, he'll be in the conversation of that for sure, if he's healthy. If he can stay healthy.
Absolutely. So they were kind of having discussions about this on the first things first show. They were thinking so because of Wemby's performance this finals. Do we think that he has the title of best player in the world, or do we think it's Banquet maybe, or is that
I
title for
think
best player in the world? Yeah, Banquet.
I think he's in the conversation for sure. I think it really comes down to preference. It could be a couple of different guys. Personally, I still think Jokic is the best player in the world. Like I know Wemby's got the defensive aspect of it and stuff like that, but he's still got some things to learn for sure. Like be aggressive in the paint. Like because he also had some bad turnovers and some dumb decision making too. Like it's not just De'Aaron Fox. I know everybody wants to blame De'Aaron Fox too, but not Wemby wasn't perfect either. Stephon Castle wasn't perfect. I mean, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, none of those guys really showed up either. It's not just on De'Aaron Fox. Like the team as a whole wasn't. Other than Dylan Harper, nobody really
Game 5.
was outstanding. Yeah, Dylan Harper, man, that kid's gonna be
Yeah, that
special. He
if
already
he's
is
not
special.
starting next year, I don't. If Darren Fox still has a starting position next year, I think somebody in the Spurs organization is getting fired.
I don't think they'll get rid of Fox though, because they owe him $50 million a year for the next
No, and
2 or
that's the
3
other
years.
thing. It goes up. His guaranteed salary goes up
Yep.
only until 2030, and so
Yeah, but he's just
and we
not
know
the
how the
same point guard that he was in Sacramento.
no, absolutely not. It's not
And I get
De'Aaron
you have a
Fox
lot more
typical.
mouths to feed, and he's not really the number one guy anymore. But at the
Mhm.
same time, like your talent and because there's issues in the past of him doing dumb stuff like that. I mean, Mike
Mhm.
Brown called him out for that before. That's what got Mike Brown fired. They took De'Aaron Fox's side over Mike Brown. Well, guess what? Look who got the last laugh now.
I think Mike Brown got fired the day after he mentioned that play too with the
It was
Kings.
pretty close.
Yeah,
It wasn't too long after that. Because they literally picked De'Aaron Fox's side over Mike Brown. Because Mike Brown called out De'Aaron Fox. And then, yeah. But Sacramento's just poverty at the same
and
time.
speaking of
So,
Mike Brown, I mean, look at him now. I mean, NBA champion.
yep.
After being dumped by Sacramento, getting paid all that money. If y'all remember the name Mike Brown, he was with Steve Kerr's squad for those 4 championships that they had as an assistant coach, and now he's an actual head coach, and he just won his first ship. So props to Mike Brown, man. I'm really happy. A lot of people had questions with him going in as the New York's hire after they fired Tibbs, but dude, he
Yep.
did one
No,
heck of a
I
job
love
this year.
Mike Brown, dude. I'm so glad he got this opportunity. I'm glad he was able to win because he deserves it.
Mm-hmm. One thing I do want to go back to what you did mention about how it's not just De'Aaron Fox; it's also the whole team. That's what killed them in that 29-point comeback was because in the second half they were just chunking up shots that didn't need to happen.
Yep,
And
they
they had a hot
wouldn't run
shooting night.
offense.
Yeah. And the cold shooting is what really happened in the second half. And then the same thing happened in game 5. It was more defense. They were, again, Wemby even was chucking up shots that he didn't have to and just go in the paint, like you said earlier. Like if he's just more dominant in the paint, focus on that and then maybe
Yeah,
shoot.
you're unguardable, dude. Like, I don't know why. And you're getting fouled. Like, if you just drive in the paint, you're going to score pretty much every time.
Like
I
if you
don't
can
get it.
dunk on Chet,
He
then I
settles
mean
for deep threes when he doesn't need to.
that this is just going to be a learning experience. They'll be back for sure. Like if
Oh,
not the same
yeah.
roster, but with Wemby, I mean, they'll be back. This is just their learning.
Absolutely. This is just the start. I mean, they're still learning. They're young. Like, they'll be back.
Yeah. I as a Mavs fan, I would say I'm happy for Jalen Brunson. We a few years ago we let him walk for nothing. It's crazy. We had Luka Doncic and Jalen Brunson, and then boom, freaking gone. But I'm very happy for Jalen. I'm glad he got one with his dad on the team. That was a very special moment to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But happy for the young man. OG has now 2 rings.
I will say, OG Anunoby, man, he's special. What a guy. That guy right there is the reason the Knicks won, bro. Like him and Brunson both. Because all series long, all playoffs long, OG Anunoby showed up every single day. And that,
Mind you, he had a torn hamstring too, or
yeah, something like that.
some.
And man, I wanted Memphis to go get him so bad a few years ago. And, but the Knicks or not the Knicks, sorry. Nobody wanted to trade with Memphis, man. We offered 5 first-round picks for Mikal Bridges, and then we offered multiple picks
That's right.
for OG Anunoby, and nothing.
Those 5 picks turned into Myles Bridges, and then
Those
Myles
5
Bridges.
picks turned into nothing because the Nets don't know how to draft.
Wasn't their starting 5 like all rookies or something? Or
They started a lineup with all rookies at one point of the season, yeah.
yeah, the Nets.
They took like Nolan Traore, Ben Sarrett, like just a bunch of guys that I'm like,
What's
what?
crazy? They had KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving all on the same team 4 or 5 years ago, and then
But Nash
now,
wasn't a good enough coach.
no, absolutely not. No. KD saved him. It's saved him. I mean, that's why they're so dominant because of him. But but yeah. So with the finals being over, that means there's no basketball for another 4 months.
Too long.
Too
Too
long.
long.
I mean, we got
But
the
we do have
draft
the
next
NBA
week.
draft. We do have the NBA draft coming up, and I'm excited for that. We're looking forward to that.
Yeah, guys, we will be covering the draft here later in a couple of weeks. Quick mention, we'll have to take another 2
Yeah,
week hiatus because he will be on a
I'll
trip
be out of
again.
town for
So
2 weeks, unfortunately. It's
and
just
unfortunately, sports is kind of getting for us. It's kind of getting, I mean, we could sit here and cover the World Cup and talk about it, but we're not going to because we just don't have.
we just don't watch soccer like that.
Yeah, we're not too deep into it like we are with college football, basketball, and NFL. But when the fall does roll around in August, boy, trust me, football will be talked about.
Yes, sir.
And
We are looking forward to the football season.
and speaking of football season, we missed last time we talked, or before we talked. We hadn't talked since the trades went down. Ladies and gentlemen, we had 2 big trades go down on the same day, a random Monday in the NFL, by the way, the week of the finals. Myles Garrett got traded to the Los Angeles Rams in a blockbuster deal. Was it blockbuster? And then A.J. Brown, get out of my division. He's out of here. A.J. Brown is getting traded to the Patriots.
That one saw coming. We knew that was going to happen come June.
Yeah.
So,
come June 1st.
Not really surprised about that. Myles Garrett, on the other hand, whoa. I got
freaking
to work,
Avengers.
I look at my phone, I see Myles Garrett has been traded to the Los Angeles Rams, and I was like, what? Like, they're going all in again. The last time they went all in, they won a Super Bowl, and they're going right back in. And I think they definitely have the best odds to win the Super Bowl. I would have considered them a Super Bowl contender without Myles Garrett. Now you
I
add the
thought they
best
were going to the
defensive
Super
player in
Bowl
the
last year.
league to the team. You're
Who
definitely a
just
Super
broke
Bowl
the sack
contender.
record. Yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think they're the front runners because they've gone all in, bro. Trent
And not only that,
McDuffie,
they got Trent
Myles
McDuffie.
Garrett. Yeah, like they're getting some good names. So I'm interested to see how the Rams do
And
this season.
the whole rumors swirling around with Aaron Donald. If that sucker comes back,
He
oh, I pray
won't,
for the league.
but
He
if
will,
he
yeah.
did, woo,
I
the
pray
league
for
needs
the
to look
league.
out, bro.
I pray for the league. Oh man. But yeah, I even last year I had them going to the Super Bowl. Like, if it wasn't for those couple of malfunctions in the Seahawks game, that was just too good of a matchup. But uh, I think Stafford can get one more.
Go out with a
I would like
ring.
to see him go out with the ring. I would like to see him retire because I think, as much as our times are with these players, I think it's time for him to hang it up soon.
Agreed. Which is why they drafted Ty Simpson. They know Stafford's not going to be around forever.
Yeah, no. I still remember that draft.
Do
Sean
we
McVay was
still think
not
it's a
happy.
reach of a pick? Yeah, but
Yeah.
I guess we'll see if he pans out, if it's worth it or not.
Well, because the Packers did the same thing, a few years ago with Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love got
Mm-hmm.
picked, and then he stuck around, and then he left, and they got another franchise quarterback. So it wasn't terrible. At the
I
moment,
don't
it
know
was
about
just like, why?
franchise. I don't know if Jordan loves that guy.
After this year, I'm questioning it now. But um, yeah, because at the time, Ty Simpson were like, what the heck? But now it makes all the sense. But um, do we? I don't know why I'm asking if we see the Rams win this. We think they can after the Myles Garrett, but the haul that the Browns get back though in that trade with the draft picks, I think that could be
Nah, it's terrible.
not maybe the
I
first round
thought
pick
when I
gets better.
first read the trade details, I was at work, so I wasn't able to fully look at it, but I saw
Yeah,
what looked like 3 first-round picks. And I was like, okay, sure, Myles Garrett, 3 first-round picks. Yeah, that makes sense. And Jared Verse. Nah, it was a first, a second, and a third. And the third-round pick isn't for 2 years. It's still 2 years away. Like, they're not even all in the same year. Like, they gave up nothing pretty much, except for Jared Verse. But I would take Myles Garrett over Jared Verse every single day of the week.
oh, absolutely. Especially if I know I can win the Super Bowl, I can just push it a little more. Like, let's go ahead and splash, make a
Exactly.
splash. Um, and then the other trade that went down that I'm very excited about because AJ Brown's no longer in my division. How do we feel about that one? AJ Brown in the pick. I mean, we already saw it coming. So
I think it's great for AJ Brown because you're actually going to get the football thrown to you now. Like you're not in
yeah,
a run heavy team, you're in a pass heavy team. You've got Drake May. Drake May will get you the football, and I think that boosts your fantasy football value too. I think AJ Brown gonna be a good pick now. You ain't gonna be scared to bench him. I think he'll actually be worth playing.
and if he's not dropping the football and then complaining I'm not getting the ball, which was that whole situation with the Eagles, a whole ordeal heading into last year. It just had to go. That
You
was a
could tell he
drama.
just didn't want to be there though.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially like the whole altercation he had with Sirianni in the 49ers game. I
Hmm.
was like, yeah, he's out of there. So they waited till June 1st with posts because of the money issues and all that. But I think it will make Drake May's offense a little better.
For
Now
sure.
that
I
if he's
think
the number,
that's one thing I told you and we had talked about in the past is I thought Drake May needed a real weapon, like a real number one. And they went out and they got their guy. They have that now.
hmm. And as far as the Eagles, they got Devontae Smith. They drafted Makai Lemon, and they
Hmm.
have Jahan Dotson, I think.
No, he's elsewhere
No,
now.
oh,
But
I thought they kept him. But I, I think full shot. I think the Cowboys can take the division now. Honestly,
I think so. And the
but we'll see how the
Eagles,
defense.
I think they'll still be good. But the Cowboys defense got so much better that they've definitely got a chance for sure.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully, Christian Wilkins is coming in as the new DC, so hopefully things hold up and this new defense that we put together actually stops.
Hey, the D line gonna be nasty for the first time, and couldn't tell you how long. So
hmm That's true. We got a lot back from that. I don't know if a lot, but we
the
got.
only thing I'm still worried about is corners, linebacker core, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
we shall see. Yeah, and guys, we'll be covering football more and more as we get closer, especially with August
Once
being right around the
preseason
corner.
starts rolling around,
But yeah, and then once that week one kickoff hits, the season. Oh, we already talked about the schedule for coming out. But yeah, the next final thing we're going to talk about is your guy Brendan Salisbury. Did I say the last name right?
Sorsby.
Sorsby. I just read it too before I read it. But if y'all didn't see, he is parting ways with Texas Tech, and he's going to go into the NFL some supplement draft. I didn't even know that was a thing, but I'm gonna let the Tech guy go off with it first.
Yeah, for paying him $5 million, it's not the ideal outcome, but I'm disappointed but not surprised. I really wanted to see Sorsby play, as excited. Um, but man, yeah, I do think it was the right thing to let him. Well, he made the decision to go, which I don't blame him because if all these legal battles and stuff don't pan out in your way, and then you miss out on the NFL because you risk trying to play in college football. Um, I don't blame him. You got paid from Texas Tech. You're keeping the money. They're not going to fight you on that. Now you're going to the league. So, and it's Will Hammond season, baby. Vanilla Vic. Tech, I'm not worried. Texas Tech will still win the Big 12. They're still the best team in the
Yeah,
Big 12 by far. So, it's just unfortunate.
I it looked like it was a very promising season last year. They did very well. I didn't. I looked much into this story because it's a gambling story. We've had our issues with these the past few times, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Since the whole incident back in October with Chauncey Billups and the mafia and all that, like I feel like more gambling stores and more are just popping up and keeping. It's just like they're cracking down
Yeah.
big time on these.
But Texas Tech never did anything wrong. Mind you, they never played him in a game. When they paid him the NIL money, they had no idea what was going on. Cincinnati knew, and they still played a whole season with him. So Cincinnati needs to see some sort of punishment because they were told they were flagged that Sorsby was gambling and they did nothing about it and they let him play. They did do
Yes.
wrong. Texas Tech hasn't done anything wrong.
So yeah, and that's gonna. I saw people tweeting about that. They're like, "Well, why is Cincinnati not getting in trouble if this is falling on him?" Because you're all right. Tech had nothing to do with it. But I think it's just because I was again. I don't know. I know much about the story, but as far as like my thoughts, I was looking for him to be the quarterback for Tech this year, but the unfortunate thing happened. But I didn't even know about this supplement draft. I don't even know how it works. Like I literally looked it
Yeah.
up before we
I don't
started
know. I mean, I
recording.
knew of it, but never really cared to really know about it. So I'm interested to see. I know that if you use a round 2 pick in the supplement draft, you lose your 20 or your second round pick. And so if somebody uses a round 2 pick in this, they'll lose their second round pick next year in 2027.
Hmm. That's like a gimme. Okay. Weird. Um. So, but yeah, that's just unfortunate. I thought he was gonna. He'll bounce back. I think this will be a. Hopefully, he gets playing chance somewhere. I know somebody will pick him up that needs a
Most
quarterback.
Cleveland Browns quarterback ever.
Yeah. I don't think they know who their quarterback is going to be going into this. Honestly.
Nope. You've got Deshaun on the wall. That's the rumor, is that Deshaun's the starter. But then you got Deshaun, you've got Dylan Gabriel, you've got Shador, and you've got I think they drafted a guy out of Arkansas. I'm blanking on his name right now. But they have 4 different quarterbacks that they have to choose from. Somebody has to get cut, and I think it's going to be Dylan Gabriel. That's the rumor.
I don't think Dylan Gabriel needs to
right now
play another snap of football for the Browns. My whole deal is just that all the money that Deshaun's still getting paid, that he needs to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big cap hit that they're going to take if they get rid of him. And he was on the sideline for 2 years, and so.
Well, his only opportunity is with the Browns. So if he gets cut, I don't think anybody else will sign him. He's not good anymore.
Browns fans are just in shambles. I just know they are right now.
Yeah.
They just gave away their best player, and now they don't know who their quarterback's going to be. But that's it for tonight's episode. There wasn't much. Again, like we said, sports is going to start dying down real quick. But when we do come back here in a couple of weeks, the draft would have just finished up, and free agency will be starting. So that week will be fun because there's a big name in the NBA that people are wanting to linger around, and that's, of course, LeBron James. So we'll see how free agency goes this year. I think Harden's a free agent this year, too.
I think he has a player option. So if he opts out of that, I'm sure he'll sign some sort of deal with Cleveland.
Yeah. But, yeah, was there anything else you wanted to talk about or cover? That was it.
But not that I can think of. I think that's about it.
All right, guys. Well, you're listening to another episode of the KNC Sports Podcast. That's Caden. I'm Cooper, signing off.